Hey Gemini, what's cracking, man? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with your February 2020 love tarot reading. I hope all is well. If so, let me know down in the comments down below, man. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? These messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take them how they resonate if they apply to your particular situation. If you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down below. And you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel. That is the first link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. Nonetheless, man, let's see what's going on for your 2020 February. Messages from my lovely Gemini over here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout February 2020. Messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout February 2020. Okay, Gemini, let's go ahead and get one last deal, and we'll see what messages we got coming through for you, okay? Overall energy of the reading, Gem, we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so restricting yourself right now, backing down, really defending yourself and standing up for what you believe in currently. This is kind of the energy you're tapping into for the month, being focused on really, I almost feel like this resonates with Temperance, where you're really focusing on doing what you need to do for yourself and not allowing other people to infiltrate that, manipulate that, or stop that. I think that's very important to you this month. Coming into your current energy, you've got the Three of Pentacles, and of course, that makes sense, excuse me. Three of Pentacles being focusing on your responsibilities, building what you need to do to create in order to create a successful life. Person you're dealing with though here, King of Wands, can be a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And as for the outcome, Nine of Wands. So Gemini, I'm feeling this vibe, man. And before I pulled this, I was gonna put this card, it fell out. Ten of Cups in reverse. I'm feeling this vibe right now, Gemini, where you're really tired of biting your tongue. You've been biting your tongue for so long that you're getting ready to really speak your truth. Your throat chakra's opening, baby. It's really opening, and I feel like it's about time for you to really vent out and let out a lot of the shit that you've been bottling up for months. And really, it's interesting because I was trying to do your reading for the past couple days, and I started noticing that your energy was affecting mine. My throat chakra was closing. I was feeling hesitant. I couldn't open up. And every time I tried tapping into your energy, I just felt shut out, shut out, shut out. And it's that Seven of Wands. Because I'm a very empathic person. So when I do these readings, I really tap into what I'm feeling for whatever Gemini I'm reading for, right? Now, of course, resonates to you, awesome. If not, it doesn't. I'm only going to resonate to a certain group of Geminis that are going through this. But with this Seven of Wands energy right now, you've been biting your tongue for so long, it's time for you to speak up and defend yourself and do what you want to do and not let other people get in your head and stop you, okay? So, this King of Wands, I feel like this King of Wands is definitely something you're looking to eliminate in your life. This could be possibly, as I always say, a friend, family member, or lover, so take it whatever way it resonates. But whoever you're connecting with over here, you're dealing with somebody who I feel is doing things in your life or adding stress in your life that you are not looking forward to keeping around. And as for the outcome that's been present in the past, Nine of Wands, you've always kept it to yourself. You've bottled up your emotions. You've let this person you're connecting with kind of walk over you and walk over the decisions you want, but now you're deciding to stand up for yourself for what it is you want. So let's get into it, Gemini. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over the person you're dealing with. I'll take a look at their feelings, what's going on with them, and then I'll take a look at your feelings and what's going on with you. We'll see where energies are aligning, and then the outcome for the month of February 2020. Now, Gemini, in regards to who you're dealing with, let's take a look here. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout February 2020. Who is the person Gemini is dealing with? How do they feel towards Gemini? And what are they going through throughout the month of February 2020? How does the person Gemini is dealing with feel towards Gemini? And what are they going through throughout February 2020? What's going on with them? Okay, let's take a look at your person here, Gemini. So, first card out, you got here an Eight of Swords. Ooh, can be connecting. Oh, yes, no, it is one card. I thought there was two. I have a Band-Aid on, so I thought I felt two cards. But Eight of Swords can be connecting here with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarian. So your person over here is stuck in their head a lot, okay? And usually when people are in their mind and really, really, really stuck in their mind, they tend to project what they're going through onto other people. So I have a little bit of a hunch, Gemini, whoever you're connecting with, does have this thing where they like to project their problems out onto you. Second card out, we have a King of Cups. What you could be dealing with a water sign? Yeah, that's where that comes from. Conditioning here, social conditioning. So Gemini, you know how when you're born, you are the product of your environment. I feel like whoever you're connecting with could be a product of their father for some, because with the King of Cups here, this is one of those energies where they express their emotions so deeply, but to the point where they project their feelings about everything onto other people. So this could have been something they learned from their family, but this is what they're currently at. So you got here 10 of Cups, you got a 2 of Pentacles, you got an Ace of Pentacles, a Knight of Wands, then you got a 5 of Wands, and you got a Wheel of Fortune. So what's interesting about this person is that I don't think they see the way that they treat you. I don't think they see the way that they act. And what I mean by this, Gemini, is that the person you're currently connecting with here, 10 of Cups, they see that your relationship or believe that your relationship and connection is all well, all sunshine and rainbows. But at the same time, with the 2 of Pentacles here, they also don't see the mood swings that they could have. They don't see how they can, bit my tongue, sorry guys, but they don't see how they can change their energy when they're around you. You know, sometimes they can be very nice to you, other times they can be projection city. And I think that with the Ace of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands too, whoever you're connecting with is weird because their moods change like seasons. And they also have this thing where they like to threaten walking away from you. They like to threaten leaving you. I don't know what that's about. Like Knight of Pentacles to the Ace of Wands, or the Ace of Pentacles, sorry. Knight of Wands to the Ace of Pentacles. They have this thing, Gemini, where they'll like, if you guys get in a fight, they'll like threaten leaving you, and then they'll just come right back. So ideally, your person over here seems to be very good at manipulating, and I think you've been dealing with that energy for so long to the point where it's like, I can't deal with that any longer. I need to stand up for myself because I'm letting this person really just take control of me all the time. And with the 5 of Wands to the Wheel of Fortune, it's like they feel like when they fight with you, they want to bend your will, basically. You know, whoever you're connecting with, when they project their feelings towards you, they want you to feel how they feel. It's not even about understanding. It's the person you're dealing with wants you to align with what they want. And at the end of the day, I think you're coming to this giant recognition, Gemini, that you're not an individual dealing with another individual, growing on 2 different levels, but coming together. You're recognizing that you're growing, but you have to conform to growing on their level. And I just don't think you can continue doing that any longer. I don't think you can continue keeping your mouth shut any longer either. You know, you're in a connection where you genuinely do care about somebody, but right now I think you're recognizing that you need room for individual growth. And if your individual needs are not being met, your happiness is not being there. You know, your happiness for your own self and being happy with who you are, it's not shining, because your happiness is ideally being taken away from somebody who wants you to do as they please. And that's not fair because they're not supporting your individuality. They're trying to almost make you more codependent is kind of what I'm seeing. In regards to how Gemini feels towards this person throughout February 2020 and what's going on with Gemini, let's take a look. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout February 2020. How does Gemini feel towards the person they're connecting with and what's going on with Gemini currently? Okay? Because I feel like you've been very submissive, Gemini. You got here 7 of Pentacles. You've been very submissive and very patient. You got a 3 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 10 of Swords, Temperance card, 10 of Wands, and then the Queen of Wands. Yeah, you've really reached your breaking point with a certain individual. Keep in mind, as I've said, this could be a friend, a family member, or a lover, but you've been very submissive to whoever this is you're dealing with. You've really listened to them. You've tried to be there for them and help them, but you've gotten to a point where you've given up your own voice. And I think that's something that you were trying to reclaim back, because Gemini, it's gotten to a point where this person has had such an influence in your life that you just submitted to doing what they want you to do. You've literally gotten to a place where you stopped fighting for yourself and fighting for your own individuality, and that's not okay. And I think you're recognizing that's totally not okay. You know, 7 of Pentacles to the 3 of Wands. You've been hoping that the situation would change. You've been hoping that things would change and maybe this person would let you be the individual that you are. But 7 of Swords, it's not changing. And I think a part of you blames yourself for taking the submission and taking, you know, the way that this person's been treating you and trying to influence your life. You know, a part of you feels guilty because you feel like you got yourself in this mess, but you didn't get yourself in this mess, Gemini. You've just been in a space for so long where you were letting somebody be controlling, and you're now reclaiming and taking back your power. I want you guys to know nobody has the power to control you. Nobody should ever control you. And the way that I view relationships, at least, should be 2 people living individual lives coming together. You know, you should have your own thing that makes you happy, Gemini, that you do, that you enjoy, your own thoughts, your own opinions, your own point of views, and same with whoever you're connecting with. And I feel like whoever you're around here right now, it's like if you don't like the way that I am, or if you don't want to be with me, it's like they have this weird manipulative thing where they try to pretend like, oh, I'll just walk away from you and I'll leave you. And then it's just like they're trying to manipulate you to stay. Like you're connecting with somebody that wants you to stay because ideally, they're codependent on you, is what I'm feeling here. And this person really wants to take you to their level. And I don't feel like it's time for you to stoop to their level. No longer should you let somebody influence decisions in your life. You should make your own life decisions. So I feel someone here with a lot of controlling energy. With the Six of Swords to the Ten of Swords, you've considered walking away for quite a long time, but also with the Temperance card, I think you've just been too nice, Gemini. And I think that that's why you've been so quiet and you've been so, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, you've been so quiet and you've listened to them, right? You know, you've been in that position for such a long time, and I think it's because you thought that they could change. You know, you took a risk on this person. You're like, well, maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll hear me out. Maybe, you know, some good energy will come into our connection and things can work out in the long term. But it's been months and you're not seeing a change. You know, every time you're around this person, you're experiencing feelings of unhappiness. Every time you're around this person, you're on edge. You feel like you have to stand up for yourself now. You feel like you have to block out their energy in order to focus on your individual life. You feel very unhappy and very trapped every time you're around their energy. And it gets to the point where it stresses you out so much that with the Ten of Wands here, you're in a position where you feel like, yo, there's too much going on. I really need to back out, stay away from people, distance myself, and relax. So I think you're getting to your breaking point on a very much so mental and physical level, Gemini, and on a spiritual level as well. Because when somebody is dimming your light, when somebody's trying to steer direction of your life and not letting you live it in the directions that you want to go, when somebody isn't being supportive of what you want to do, you feel very unhappy because you feel like you have to be there, but you don't. You don't have to be around this person, Gemini. Nobody has the right to influence your life in whatever direction they want it to go. Nobody has the right to tell you what to do because you are your own individual and you need to start embracing that individuality. And I feel like moving forward here, that throat chakra is opening. It is time for you to, you know, take all the things that you've had bottled up and release it. Now that could be deadly. You might say some really hurtful shit, but at the end of the day, it needs to be done because the more you bottle things up, the worse the release is going to be. Okay? And with the Queen of Wands here, you're really ready to step up into this boss energy. You're really ready to step up into this energy where it's like, you know what? I'm done giving a fuck about what other people want me to do. I'm done giving a fuck about being influenced by anybody. I'm doing what I want to do from now on. Take it or leave it. Love my authentic self or don't. Okay? And I believe last month we talked about this, Gem, where you were in a relationship. It was either last month, January mid-month, or the January monthly, but it was like you were in a relationship where somebody was very controlling about it, and I gave you the best advice. The best advice was to leave and really do you. And I think that that decision may be coming to pass here. So if you're in a romantic relationship like this, I see you walking away from your partner. If this is family, I see you distancing yourself from your family. You know, you're distancing yourself from somebody here who's doing this to you because it's not fair. And they guilt trip you pretty oftenly. And I think that that's also another reason why you've submitted so much, because this person's very good at manipulating and gaslighting you to the point where when you accept that, then you really start to believe that you're in the wrong, when truthfully, there's nothing wrong with you being your authentic self and living your own individual life and doing things you want to do and expressing yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. So I feel like it's time for that gaslighting to stop and you're seeing clearly, you know? And it's interesting because during the month here, February 16th, we have Mercury going in full effect retrograde. On February 2nd, Mercury moved into the pre-shadow. So by the time you guys are watching this, Mercury will still be in its pre-shadow retrograde, but on February 16th, Mercury will be in full effect retrograde. So, you know, you're ruled by Mercury, Gemini, and I feel like when Mercury goes retrograde for you, it helps you see clearer sometimes. It helps you see the chaos in your life because Mercury is a planet of chaos. And it's showing you the chaos right here. You know, your person's really acting out, and Mercury wants you to see that chaos and recognize that's not worth being in my life. That doesn't serve in my highest vibration. This doesn't make me happy. Okay, so I think that Mercury is going to come at me really hard to show you what needs to be removed in your life in order for your happiness moving forward. Okay, in regards to where energies are aligning between you and your person, though, Gemini, let's take a look. Oh, shit. Okay, well, the Lovers, the Queen of Swords, the Death card. Give me one more card. And then we got here the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I think you're very adamant about moving forward from this person, Gem. I think that with the Queen of Swords to the Death card, you acknowledge that you need change in your life, and you also need expression. You need expression. Because I have felt for the past couple of days, I have felt this anger and this resentment inside of you, Gemini, that has just been ready and crawling and trying to reach and come out. And it's been there festering and building up for so long to the point where you need to release it. There's just this anger and sadness and this crave for release, and it's hitting hard. And you know what? Today, actually, today's the 9th of February. It's the Leo full moon. And with that full moon, it's a perfect time to purge and release. And I should be uploading this today. So you guys will see this on the 9th. You guys will see this today with the Leo full moon happening. So take the time out to purge out this connection tonight and really do what you need to do. Because you really have to focus on your own life. You can be very giving people, Gemini, but you can also be easily manipulated into situations, right? You're a mutable sign, you're very adaptable, but you gotta have to create and pave a direction in your own life for now. You gotta follow your high road, your path, not what this person wants for you. And with the Lovers card here to the Ace of Swords, I almost feel like you're seeing through the bullshit too, because this isn't true love for you. You may have thought this was true love, but this isn't how somebody should treat someone they love. They shouldn't restrict you on expressing yourself. They shouldn't restrict you from doing what you want to do, whether it's career-wise or whether you want to see certain people. Or, for example, maybe this person is like, yeah, well, you should be the housewife. Go take care of the kids and clean up the house. I'll go to work. You be a housewife. You see what I'm saying? This person just has these kind of influences where they want to control or steer your life in the direction they want you to live in. That's not okay. So based on what I'm currently seeing here right now, Gemini, I think you got to cut through the bullshit and recognize this isn't love. Because if it was love, this person would support you on an individual level and collective level. And because they're not giving you that support, it's a false sense of love. And I think up until now, you've been in a space, Gemini, where you felt that love is what brought happiness into your life. But love doesn't bring happiness into somebody's life. It can add happiness to it. But the only true source of happiness that can come or manifest in your life is the happiness and contentness within yourself and the life that you're building. You're only going to be happy in life when you are following through with what it is you are gaining out of it, what it is you are creating, and what makes you happy that you are building in your life. When you are doing the opposite of that, things that you don't want, it leads you to a depression, to the point where sometimes you think you're happy, but truthfully you're not. It leads you to a mind space where things that you start to, or that you know you don't resonate with, you start to think is meant for you. Like a number of you Geminis thought, well, hey, even though this connection's rough, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be. Maybe some happiness will come from this. But your true self is really, really, really pushing you to get out of that mentality and get out of that mind state, okay? I've been having throat chakra issues every time Mercury comes out, so I'm sorry for the stuttering or mispronunciations throughout this video. But either way, Gem, your throat chakra is opening big time. And there's a big release coming. And I don't know if you're going to let this person have it or not, but you're going to speak your truth. And your truth is you're coming to a massive realization. This isn't love. It's not true love. It's a false sense of love, and it's a toxic form of love that you can no longer be around. The Emperor card. Okay? You don't want to be around that controlling kind of love either. As for the outcome that's present between you both, let's take a look. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout February 2020. What do we got? We got here Ace of Wands, we got here the Moon card, and we got the Empress card. Yep. As for the overall outcome between you guys, with the Ace of Wands to the Moon card, you're finally going to be ready to freely express your emotions on the level that you want to, and that's good. You need to do that, Gemini. You need to express how you feel, and you need to be who you are, and you need to do what you want to do. And with the Moon card here all the way to the Ace of Wands, you're in a position right now where you're going to let your emotions be free. Because the more that you contain your emotions, the more worse you felt. And with the Empress card here, get ready to experience much more growth, love, abundance, and beauty in your life. Because you're finally following the high road that you're meant to go towards. You're finally going and falling in line or into alignment with what it is you want. So you're getting into alignment now. And what's so beautiful about the Empress card here, Gemini, is that you're in a position right now where not only are you feeling free, but you're in a position right now where you're starting to appreciate yourself. For a number of you Geminis, this person may have made you feel not so good about yourself. They could have made you feel insecure. They could have made you feel that you weren't good enough for any other relationship, and maybe that's a reason why you stood. but I feel like you're evolving into this beautiful energy where you are so proud of who you are starting to take care of yourself, you are in a position where you are accepting love and being kind to the individual that you are rather than talking shit about yourself. You're not listening to the negative twin, you're listening to the positive twin, right? So with that Empress card here, you're being very happy and you're really focused on that and creating and expanding in your life. There could be a number of you Geminis too that are pregnant. So this could have been your baby daddy, by the way. If this was your baby daddy, you're out of that situation, you know? And you need to sometimes as well for parenting. Sometimes what's interesting to me is like a lot of people think that because you're a single parent, you can't raise a child going back and forth between the houses, but you can. You could still raise a child that way. You know, a lot of people feel like, oh, well, if I'm pregnant, I have to stay with the person that impregnated me. No, you don't. You definitely don't. And sometimes that's worse for the kids growing up. Sometimes it's better to, be on your own and be the best mother you can be or best father you can be rather than being with somebody that makes you unhappy, because those unhappy moments, your child's going to see the unhappiness, So for those of you that are pregnant, it is a better option right now for you to stay away from your baby mama, your baby daddy, and to stay in your own position right now, creating happiness in your own life. Anyways, moving forward, what is Gemini's best advice for the month of February 2020, please? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout February 2020, Gemini's best advice. You have the Hierophant card, you have the Five of Cups, you have the Page of Wands, and then you have the Nine of Pentacles. Right now, your best advice is to commit to yourself. It's to commit to expressing yourself. It's to commit to doing what you want and not allowing anybody else to stop it, let alone this person. And with the Five of Cups to the Page of Wands, it's to release all the negativity that you've had built up for such a long time and to really enjoy life, living in a much more healthier and positive climate, more positive place, more positive situation and circumstance. So remove yourself from this situation, Gemini. Remove yourself from this person. Stick around things that make you feel happy and comfortable. And you know what? If you don't know what that is yet, if you don't know how to surround yourself with things that make you feel happy and comfortable, you just have to test and figure out what you like and what calms you down and what makes you feel good. And I'm sure there's something that makes you feel good as well. But I think that the big thing here is that eliminate the problem. And I feel like the problem is this person. So the solution is to eliminate them. And the solution is to express yourself in your highest of good. Don't let anybody try to dim your throat chakra or dim your expression. And with the Hierophant card to the Nine of Pentacles right now, I think the only commitment you should be focusing on is the commitment to bettering yourself and the commitment to finding happiness within you and your own individual life. Because the Nine of Pentacles represents confidence, individuality, singularity, and focusing on oneself to make them their greatest version. So becoming your greatest version is very important, Gem. And when you become the greatest version of yourself, that's usually when you meet the greatest soulmate, the greatest version of your soulmate. Because when you're the best you attract the best partnerships. You weren't being your best self, falling under somebody's spell over here. You weren't being your best self, being influenced to do shit you didn't want to do. You weren't being your best self, not being able to express who you were, right? So take that time out, man. This love was a fake form of love. It was a toxic form of love, and I'm telling you the truth. The best form of love is love that is non-judgmental. It's love that makes you feel free. Okay? So at the end of the day here, Gemini, I think your best approach is to walk away from this person, which I see you doing, and moving forward to continue working on your life and manifesting the best life you can. You need this freedom right now. You need to speak your truth. Don't hold back. Don't bite your tongue any longer. If you see things in your life that make you unhappy, don't fall into it and stay there. You have the freedom to walk away at any given moment of things that are making you feel unhappy, and I really urge you to do that. Right now, during 2020, not even just February, but during 2020, only do things or only say yes to things that resonate with your spirit. If things don't resonate with your spirit, cut that shit out because it's not going to benefit you and it's not going to make you happy. Okay? So Gemini, I apologize, man. I know that it's not like a super duper happy, uplifting reading, but we don't always need those because sometimes we need the hardship readings to get us to that happy moo-moo shit, that happy woo-woo positive crap. Sometimes we gotta get there, okay? We need to have the hardships in life. We need to learn lessons in life in order for us to really move forward to a better path, okay? So nonetheless here, Gemini, I feel like you have the solution, and the solution is to walk away. And I think that you have to escape that environment in order for you to thrive and find happiness within yourself, because you can't find happiness within yourself if somebody's consistently putting it down. you know? So either way, Gemini, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below. I do apologize for the rough reading. If it resonates, that's awesome. If I can help, that's awesome. And yeah, I will catch you guys for your mid-monthlies. I apologize these readings for being late. I've been trying to tap into your energy for so long, but Gemini, to be truthful, your video, I could have skipped over you and did other signs. Your video triggered me for so long because just the Gemini energy in general, I'm a Gemini myself, so I resonate with part of this reading, so I understand what you're going through, okay? So take care of yourself, guys. Really focus on what you need to do for your own happiness, and you are going to rise and shine, okay? I love you guys. Have an awesome, fantastic, and amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you guys for your February mid-monthlies, all right? Peace.